In this lesson we're going to look at solving trigonometric equations. Now, a trig equation is like a normal equation with x's and numbers and equal signs, except you'll see sine, cos and tan in these equations, and for some people this can put them off solving them and make them think it's really complicated. It is a bit more complicated than a normal equation, but let's look at how to solve something with a sine, a cos or a tan in it. And if you follow these instructions, it's not too bad. So what we have here first of all is this equation here, sine x equals 0.5. It says here for 0 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 360. This just means give all the solutions between 0 and 360 degrees. Your graph here shows you the sine wave which goes from 0 to 360 degrees. So essentially we're trying to find out where in this graph sine x equals a half. Now a half is here on the graph if you look at where my pointer is. So if you go along to the graph and down, this is one of the solutions there roughly, and you can see there's a second solution just over here. If you go down, it should be around about there between 90 and 180. So the first thing to do is, you need a scientific calculator for this, is to work out what x is. Now when we're doing that, we inverse sine 0.5, you do the opposite of sine, which is undoing it. That's the inverse sine. Now we call this the base angle. We don't call it x at this point. The reason for this is that the base angle isn't always our first solution. In this case it is. It comes out as 30 degrees, but later on you'll see sometimes it's not. So if you inverse sine 0.5 you get 30 degrees. So that would be this first part here. But the second solution, we have to work that one out. Now if I look at this here, you can see 0.5 appears here, and that's your 30 degrees. Your second solution is over here. This, from symmetry, this size here is exactly the same as this size here. So if that's 30, this is also 30. So to get this value here, you go backwards 30 from 180. And that's exactly what we do with the calculation. The second value is 180 take away 30, which comes out as 150. Therefore, the two solutions are 30 and 150.